channel. So today I filmed this kind of like trending, really intense blush look. It's with like a matte face, just the nose is highlighted and a lot of blush that's kind of lifted towards the high cheekbones. And I've been seeing this look a lot, especially with like Kylie Jenner and a lot of like Instagram makeup people. So I wanted to test it out for myself and I actually really love it. So if you guys want to see how I created this matte intense blush kind of trending look, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's just get right into this tutorial. So as you guys can see, I do have my brows done, if you guys can tell. I kind of just do a very simple like feathered type of look, and I do have a tutorial where I show you guys my brow routine, so I can link that in the description box if you guys are curious. But first, let's just start by priming our face. I'm going to use this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which is one of my favorites. It's so affordable and it gets the job done. So I'm just gonna place that in my T-zone area where I have the most pores. So I'm just gonna take that onto some clean hands and I'm just going to apply that in my T-zone area. And just kind of like blend that in. I'm just gonna like pat it in with my fingertips. I zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can get a better look when I apply the foundation. So now I'm just gonna let that primer just kind of sink into the skin and settle a little bit before I place the foundation. So since this look is pretty much matte, I'm gonna use one of my favorite foundations. This is more of a high-end one, but it's really great. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. So this is really nice because it gives you a nice matte finish. It's full coverage and it does really last all day long. So I'm gonna place some of that onto a damp beauty sponge. I'm using the Hank & Henry one. As you can see, I washed it, but it's a little bit stained. But you wanna make sure it's damp because it just applies the makeup much easier and better. So I'm just gonna place some of this on with that damp beauty sponge. And I love using beauty sponges because it really does make sure that your foundation is blended in flawlessly. And the shade of this Estee Lauder foundation is 3-in-1 Ivory Beige. So even though this foundation is matte, as you guys can kind of tell on camera, you still get a little bit of hydration, which is super nice. Okay, so now to conceal my under eyes, I'm going to use these e.l.f. concealers. I'm going to use this one here. This is their Hydrating Camo Concealer. So this is their satin finish one, and it's a little bit darker. It's in the shade called Medium Sand. And then I'm going to use their just 16-hour matte concealer. This is their Camo Concealer that's matte in the shade called Medium Sand. So I'm kind of gonna place that darker one first on the under eyes. Then I'm just gonna place like a little dot of the lighter one just towards the inner corners there, just to lighten it up a little bit. And now using that damp beauty sponge, I'm going to blend that out. And a little bit of this concealer does go a long way. One of my favorite concealers just in general, and it's such a good price. You can get it at the drugstore. It's really great. I think the original formula is probably my favorite, just the Camo, the 16-hour Camo one, but the satin one is also really nice. I just think I prefer the matte one. Okay, so now to set the under eyes a little bit, I'm gonna use this NARS Soft Velvet Pressed Powder in the shade Flesh. So this is just like a really nice like creamy shade here, and I love using this pressed powder to set the under eyes lately. It's really great. So I'm just gonna take some of that on with this powder puff. So I'm kind of just really packing in that powder and taking it a little bit further down to just highlight a little bit. And this powder is like so finely milled that it really does like blend into the skin seamlessly. And just to wipe away any excess powder, I'm just taking this clean blending brush here and I'm just kind of blending everything out. So now to bronze, I'm going to use this butter bronzer. This is from Physicians Formula, and this is in the shade called Deep. So it's their deeper butter bronzer, and I'm going to use this Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH05 brush here. I've been loving to use this when I bronze because it's like a very like tapered kind of like thick smaller brush, and I find that it just kind of gives you more control with where you want to bronze. So I've been loving this brush for that. So I'm just gonna bronze all the places I want to kind of accentuate and deepen up a little bit and give some more definition to my face. Also like to bronze my nose a little bit because that's just going to help accentuate the highlight that I'm going to place. I'm just kind of adding in color because as you can see, that foundation and that powder kind of just like created a pretty blank canvas, and you just want to kind of add some life back into the face. Okay, so since this look is mainly focusing on the face, I'm not really going to do much eyeshadow at all. So I'm just going to place a little bit of this bronzer here with this big fluffy brush. This is a Morphe JH30 brush. So I'm just going to kind of place that into the crease and just do it quite quickly because we're not really focusing on the eyes. We just really want the skin to look super nice. I'm just kind of blending that roughly just to add a little bit of contour to the eyelids. And then using this smaller brush, this is a ColourPop E9 brush, I'm gonna take that same bronzer and just blend some of that on the lower lash line as well. So taking that same powder in the shade called Flesh from NARS, I'm gonna use that same powder puff here, and I'm just gonna place a little bit of that to contour the nose just along the edges there, because since we placed that bronzer, I kind of wanted to like darken the middle area there, and now we're gonna lighten it back up again with that same powder. This is just kind of a quick way to thin out the nose. I'm not using any concealer today, I'm just kind of doing like a quick contour. Okay, so now while we have that powder baking along the nose, I'm going to highlight the nose because that's the thing about this look is that I've seen a lot of people just have their nose highlighted and then it's focusing on a matte face with a lot of blush. So we're still gonna do a nose highlight. Of course, if you don't like them, you can totally skip this step, but I definitely need it personally. So I'm gonna go back into that light e.l.f. concealer. This was in the shade called Medium Sand, and I'm gonna place that with this little pencil brush here. This is a Morphe M515 brush. So I'm just gonna place a little bit of that concealer on the tip and a bridge of my nose and blend that out with my fingers. Okay, so now we're gonna highlight the nose now with this powder here. This is the PIXI by Petra Glowy Gossamer Duo in this shade called Subtle Sunrise. So I'm gonna use the shade over here. This is more of like the golden shade, which is so beautiful. This is a really gorgeous highlighter. So I'm just gonna go in with this ColourPop E29 brush and place that highlight just where we have the concealer, and I'm also gonna highlight the inner corners of my eyes. Okay, so now I'm just gonna wipe away any excess powder that we have around the nose. Okay, so now for the fun part, we're gonna do the blush finally, and I'm really excited because I've just been seeing this like crazy kind of blush look everywhere now, and I know that Kylie Jenner does it a lot. Her makeup artist, Makeup by Ariel, I know that that's like kind of his signature thing. I actually watched a masterclass with him, and he talked a little bit about the blush and how he kind of just loves to just focus on the blush area and not do too much highlight on the cheeks. So I've been seeing that a lot and I wanted to try it out. And I also see that they kind of lift it pretty like high up on the cheekbone. I know that usually people will just put it kind of like on the apples of their cheeks, but this blush look is really concentrated kind of like all here. I notice it, and I feel like it just kind of makes you look more like youthful and almost like a little, I don't know, it's just a different look. It's very interesting. So I like it. I still love a good highlight look. So we'll see how this looks, but I'm excited to try it out. So for the blush look, I'm gonna use this Morphe palette. This is their big blush palette in the shade called Warm Master 8W. So this palette has a ton of beautiful blushes here. I really love this one. I've talked about this one a lot. This is in the shade called Provocative. So I think I'm gonna mix maybe this provocative one with this like pinky one, and we'll see how that looks. For that, I'm gonna use this Morphe JH06 brush. guys can see the difference. This side, it kind of looks like my cheekbones are a little bit more snatched as well, just because you're bringing blush up so high that it kind of just makes your cheekbones look a little bit more defined. I also like to place a little bit of blush on the bridge of my nose, and a little bit on the tip. I feel like it just kind of connects everything and you look a little bit like more sun-kissed, and it kind of looks a bit more natural. So as you can see, I kind of just like took the blush almost up towards the outer edge of my eyes, and it does like lift the face, and it really does make you look like youthful and just kind of like sun-kissed. Okay, so that's definitely a lot of blush. I did it pretty heavy-handed, also for the sake of the video, to really kind of like show you guys on camera how it looks in the pictures that I've seen. But of course, if you like this look but you don't want to do like as much blush, you could totally tone it down. I know I definitely will be toning it down if I actually want to do this look and kind of wear it like every day, because I do think it is super pretty when you kind of just leave the face like matte and you just have like a strong blush, and bringing it up higher just really does kind of like lift your face a little bit. And that all the pictures I've seen like with Kylie Jenner and everything, it's just like so beautiful because she just looks like she has like these perfect cheekbones and they're like blushed so nicely, and I just think it's really pretty. I still love my highlighted cheeks, of course, but I'm kind of into this like matte cheek with like a lot of blush look. I think it's really nice. So let me know what you guys think. And now to finish off the look, I'm going to put some mascara on. For that, I'm going to use this Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. So I'm just going to place that on the top and bottom lashes. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put on these lashes. I actually have these lashes that I cut in half, so I'm just gonna place them on the outer corners of my eyes to kind of add like a wispy, like cat eye type of look with the lashes. So of course this step is optional, but I think that using kind of like a half lash is really nice for this look. Okay, so as you can see, those half lashes look really nice with this look because they kind of give you like a more like a natural type of lash look while still adding that little bit of glam. So I love using the half lashes and it's so easy to apply. So now for the lips, I'm gonna go in with this She Glam lip liner, and that's in the shade Neutral. So I'm just gonna line my lips with that. And I think I do want to do like a glossy look. Since we have so much matte going on here, I think a nice like neutral glossy look will be really nice for this look. Now I'm gonna go in with this MAC lipstick. This is in the shade called Creme de Nude, and I love this one. It's just like a really nice like neutral matte lipstick, so I'm gonna place that all over the lips. And now I'm gonna go in with this gloss. This is a beautiful gloss from Buxom in the shade called White Russian. So this is like an oldie but a goodie, and I don't know if you guys saw one of my latest videos where I talked about their new White Russian inspired collection. So that whole collection was based on this one lip gloss that's like their such an OG shade. So it's just like the perfect like pinky nude shade. So I'm just gonna place this all over my lips. Okay guys, so there is the finished look. This is the like lots of blush kind of trend and makeup look, and I'm so happy I actually did it for you guys on camera because I actually really love this look. And I know that it's a lot of blush and some people are not comfortable with that, but like I said, if you like the whole idea of the matte base with lots of blush kind of more high towards the cheekbones, you could obviously tone this down a lot, because I did a lot just for the purpose of this video, but I actually think it looks really pretty, especially on camera. So I do think that I will be doing this look quite a bit more. I think it's really, really nice. Although if you guys know me, you know that I love highlighter. I am obsessed with highlighter and I usually do quite a bit of highlight. I'm actually really into this matte look with like the blush, and I think it looks so nice. And I love the idea of like kind of lifting it up, because I think it really does kind of like lift your face. In a weird way, I think it really does lift the face a lot and just make me look a little more youthful and sun-kissed, and I just kind of love it. So honestly, I think this blush trend is really nice. It's definitely something that you could play around with and obviously moderate it to your own standard. I think this would be a beautiful Valentine's Day look because it just looks like really kind of like girly. And even though there's not a lot of highlight just on my nose, I still think it kind of looks like a really like glowy, really beautiful look. So I'm actually very impressed with it, and I would love to know what you guys think. Are you guys down for this intense blush trend? Are you guys gonna pass on it? Are you gonna try it for yourselves? Let me know. Let me also know if you guys are going to recreate this look. Then I would love to see it. So tag me on Instagram at Julie's Allure or with the hashtag Julie's Allure so I could see your looks, I could repost it and just communicate with me on there as well because I would love that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day and an amazing Valentine's with whoever you guys are with. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.